inside for Alba. Alba will get the score. Fiddler, his farewell. He captain to a legend and probably rugby league immortality. That's not a try, that's a miracle.
G'day guys, welcome back to the Rugby League Guru podcast. We've got your round 20 Team List Tuesday live reaction coming your way this afternoon. Stay tuned very soon on the Guru podcast. We're going to give our live reaction to Rugby League 26, which me and Kat got to sit down and play this morning and have a look at. We'll give a little insight into our thoughts on it, the details that we took from it, and just the morning in general at the NRL. So stay tuned for that coming very soon. But Kat, round 20.
Round 20.
Where are we kicking off? What's doing? Talk to me.
First of all, how did we get to round 20?
Yeah, wild, right?
My goodness. Well, it starts...
Blink and they just grow up so quickly, Kat.
Don't they just?
They just do. Talk to me.
They really do. Round 20 starts on Thursday. We've got our men's Thursday night games back. Dolphins taking on the North Queensland Cowboys first up. Kickoff 7:50 p.m. This one is at Suncorp Stadium.
So for the Dolphins, Hamiso returns from Origin duties after getting a spell last Thursday. Connolly Lemuelu comes in on the edge. Finay Fuiaki is going to be out for 6 weeks. The injuries just keep stacking up there at Redcliffe. And Peter Holler, he comes onto the bench as well for the Dolphins. For the Cowboys, Braden Burns have been calling for it for 3 or 4 weeks. He finally gets an opportunity to start in this side. He will be at centre. Purdue will be in the 5'8 jersey. Still no sign of Jake Clifford in this team. And the other one is that Jackson Paulo, he gets an opportunity on the wing over Robert Derby, who's been left out of the side this week. Friday night games. Kat, what do we got?
Friday night, we've got the Sharks taking on the Roosters at Shark Park. I do apologise. I've been saying Sharks Stadium here and there. And
yeah, you're a sicko.
A few people have pulled me up on it, and I do apologise for that. Sharks Stadium, this one kicks off at 6 p.m.
Yeah, say Shark Stadium again and we're going to have a bit of Barney rubble,
Yeah,
okay?
look, whatever.
That's real sicko behaviour. For the Sharkies, Atkinson comes into the side in jersey 14. No other big changes for the Cronulla Sharks there. For the Chooks, really interesting. We've obviously got the halfback. He's out this week. So Chad Townsend comes into the side. Zach Docker-Clay on the bench. So Sandon Smith... Hugo's out and he hasn't come into the 5'8 jersey. He hasn't come into the 14 jersey either. So maybe we'll see a change a bit later in the week. But he is on the extended bench, so he is available. A truly bizarre one for me there. And we'll talk about it more from a Supercoach point of view. A lot of people still have Sandon Smith if they didn't sell him last week. A huge kick in the dick there. Absolutely bizarre. Late game Friday night, Mandu.
Late game Friday night, we've got the Penrith Panthers hosting the South Sydney Rabbitohs at CommBank Stadium. 8 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, strap yourself in for this one. Edwards named at fullback. He will captain the side. Alamotti, he moves into the centres. Isaac Tungo has been suspended for a week. Brian To'o returns on the wing. Brad Schneider named in jersey 7. No Nathan Cleary on the team sheet. Looks like he has been rested this week. So they rested half of the Origin boys last week, half of the Origin boys this week. Isaiah Yeo will also not feature this week. So Isaiah Papali'i is in jersey 13. And we'll see Scotty Sorensen return on the edge. Dane Laurie moves to jersey 14 as well, the utility coming off the bench. So, yeah, big news there. No Nath Cleary, no Isaiah Yeo for this game. For the Rabbitohs, puzzling stuff here. Tallis Duncan named at centre, which means that Jacob Host comes in on the edge. Ewan Aitken also returns on the edge. But Jack Whiten has been named at 5'8". Havili at 9. And then on the bench, they've got both Dodd and Mamazelis. I'm expecting changes later in the week. We'll see. But, yeah, bizarre to move this many spots instead of just naming Dodd in the halves if he's going to be on the bench anyway. So I'm not buying Wayne Bennett and the Rabbitohs that's how they're going to run out. I'll tell you what's gone wrong here, Cap. They had Sowie in there during the week and everything's been turned upside down. The blokes fucking poison in NRL squads.
Honestly, at this point, I feel Sowie is more likely to get a start over Dodd.
Mate, I reckon he's dangerously closer to the 5'8 jersey than what Dodd is at the moment. Shout out to him. Let's talk about Saturday, 3 p.m, Cut.
Yeah, Super Saturday. We've got the Canberra Raiders taking on the Parramatta Eels first up, 3 p.m. kickoff at GIO Stadium.
For the Durs, not a heap of news here. Hudson Young returns on the edge. For the Eels, wow. Joash Papali, he has been named at 5'8". Jack Williams moves to the edge. Dill Walker in jersey 13. De Silva's on the bench and Dylan Brown in the 18th man jersey. We said the other night, I think that this is Parramatta saying, hey, let's look to the future. Dill Brown's made his decision. He's made his bet. He's not going to be there in the future. I don't know why you'd waste the next 6 or 7 weeks with him at 5'8". You might as well start to blood the kids coming through. Riley Smith also returns, so him and Talon De Silva will share the 9 role. And Joe Ash gets his opportunity at 5'8". I think it's brave by coach Jason Riles. It might cost them a few wins this year, but let's be honest here, they weren't going to pick up that many anyway. They're not going to play finals footy. I back it. I think it's a brave call. 5:30 game, Kat.
5:30 p.m. we have the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I was going to call them the Bankstown Bulldogs.
Nice.
Love that.
Long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day.
Hasn't been a short day.
Hasn't been a short day. And the St. George Illawarra Dragons, we've gone for full names here at Accor Stadium. Tell us about this lineup. You've also put 1 to 27 for the Dragons.
I have put 1 to 27 instead of 1 to 17. So the
Can't wait to find
Dragons,
out.
they will line up 1 to 27. Shout out to them. For the Canterbury Bulldogs, in the centres, we've got Tuala and Critter. So I'm not sure what's happened to Bronson Cherry here, but he isn't on the extended. So I would assume that means he's picked up an injury last week. Doesn't sound like a dropping to me. But the big news is Lockie Galvin in jersey 7, Toby Sexton on the extended bench. We've been calling for it for a few weeks now for the Bulldogs to rip the Band-Aid off. I know the chat around Toby Sexton, if he plays well enough, he can keep the jersey. It's never going to be the reality, guys. They have signed Lockie Galvin for the future. I think they just need to do it. Weird that he wasn't named last week, but now he's a starting halfback. But they need to get this sorted before finals. So Galvin at 7, whether it's the right call, wrong call, I don't know. But I think it's the call they had to make at the end of the day. On the bench is Kurt Mann and Bailey Hayward there as two utilities coming off the pine. Late game, Saturday night, Kat.
Late game, we're in Melbourne for this one at Amy Park. Kickoff 7:35. It is the Melbourne Storm taking on the Sea Eagles.
For the Melbourne Storm, still no Ryan Pappenhausen. Some genuine stars missing this week. Nick Meaney remains at fullback. Cameron Munster returns at 5'8", and Wishy will move to the 14 jersey. For the Sea Eagles, Takiaho will be named at. He has been named at prop, and Waddell is on the edge. I think I saw Olakwatu set to return in round 21, I believe, so not too far away. Olakwatu, good news there for you Sea Eagles fans. Sunday afternoon, Kat.
Sunday afternoon, we're at Leichhardt Oval. What a nice place to be on a Sunday afternoon. 2 p.m, West Tigers taking on the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, so the Tigers, Taylor May has been named to make his return in the NRL at centre, which means that Adam Doueihi actually moves into the 13 jersey. I like it. It's kind of the role he played last week. I think the last 2 weeks he's been the West Tigers' best player. Against the Roosters, he was playing 5'8". He then moved to centre, set up the first try, but then he sort of moved into just a roaming ball player role in the second half, and he scored 2 tries. I thought he looked really good. Once again, another brave call that people will look at the team sheet and go, what's going on there? I really like the move by coach Benji Marshall, and I think Doueihi, they just need to get his fingerprints on the ball more. And the Titans, they are 1 to 17 because fuck knows why you wouldn't make any changes at the moment. 4 p.m. game, Kat.
4 p.m, 4:05 to be specific. We have the Newcastle Knights hosting the New Zealand Warriors at McDonald Jones Stadium.
Specific like the ocean. Very good to see. For the Knights, Dane Gagai named at fullback. Brody Jones comes in on the edge for the injured Dylan Lucas. Interesting to see how it works out with their spine this week. You got Gamble in jersey 14. You got Brayley moving back to the 9. Phoenix Crossland in jersey 13. And Frizzell's on the bench as well. So we'll see how it works out with Gamble, Brayley and Phoenix Crossland. I'm hoping they just put Gamble on as a bit of a roaming ball player. I think that'd be really good to see, similar to what the West Tigers are doing with Adam Doueihi. For the Warriors, no huge changes here. Kurt Capewell, he returns into the side. He will play centre, replacing the injured Rocco Berry. And the Brisbane Broncos, they are on the bye this week. Guys, that is your Teamless Tuesday live reaction for round 20. An absolute stack going on. Stay tuned. Very soon we will have mine and Kat's reaction to the Rugby League 26, the video game that we got to have a fuck around with today and trial it and test it and see how we went. So we'll talk about what we took from that and the day itself in there at NRL HQ, and then we'll have beers and break evens coming your way tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. as always. And then the great Jamie Soward will be joining us Thursday 6 a.m. on the podcast, Thursday 3 p.m. on YouTube to talk about everything in the round that's upcoming. I have a feeling he'll want to talk a little bit of Lockie Galvin as well. You saw Jamie Soward helping out the South Sydney Rabbitohs this week. I'm interested to see what he was doing there.
I'm going to pick his brain about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Coach Wayne Bennett sent out the old SOS bat call, the Sowie call up in the sky. Come and fix our kicking game. I'm keen to have a chat with him about that and how it all plays out. But yeah, thanks for joining us once again, guys, on the Rugby League Guru Podcast.